Today is Saturday, the 17th of May, and we're looking in this seed box again, but I'm looking for a particular thing. And that is some carrots. We've already got quite a few containers with carrots in at the moment, and they're doing really well. And we're going to have a look at those in a moment. But what I've been doing since the beginning of the season is staggering sowings on various things. And I did it especially with potatoes, because they're second early Charlottes, and I don't want all those potatoes ready for harvest at the same time, because they just don't store very well. The best potatoes for storing are main crops, but I'm not doing any of those this year. So I did the same thing with the carrots. We've got a big planter outside and it's got 2 rows in it. It's quite a lot of carrots, and we did those multi-sown. So we've got a bunch of carrots all growing together, which is not normal practice. But those are stubby carrots. They don't grow big long tap roots. So they're alright to grow together, just the same way we do onions and beetroot. And as they grow, they'll just push each other apart, and they're not going to get too long, so they won't get deformed at any point. And we did this last year, and we got amazing results from those planters. Some really good sized carrots. So we've got 2 sets of carrots growing at the moment. One in the big planter, and then we've got some in just a small container like that. Be interesting to see what we get from such a small space. But I've now got a bigger container, which is around this size, and it's quite deep as well. So what I've done is I've drilled lots and lots of holes in the bottom of that container, and we're going to put some of these in. And these are called Flyaway, so they're very resistant to carrot root fly, which is an important thing, because if you've no way of raising your containers of carrots off the ground, then they are susceptible to damage. However, if you've got a bench or something that you can put your containers on, all you need to do is raise your containers more than 60 centimetres above ground level, and the carrot root fly can't get to them. It doesn't fly that high. So that is something worth thinking about. But I just happened across these, and they take 80 to 90 days to reach maturity, so we've got plenty of time to do that. Another good thing about these is you can start sowing these type of seeds from March all the way through until autumn. So March to September, and then they'll grow a lot slower at that point of year, but they will still grow, because carrots are very cold hardy. Also, carrots can be grown in full sun, but if you've got an area that doesn't quite get full sun, carrots will grow quite happily in a bit of shade as well. So that is the plan for today. I want to get some carrots quite shortly, and I'm already very tempted to pull a couple up just to see what we're looking at this stage of year. And then we've got another smaller container to harvest later, and then these ones will be approaching autumn. But between now and then, I'll probably start off a few more. If you like lots of carrots and you can blanch and freeze them, you can sow carrots in containers every couple of weeks. I don't think I need quite that many. We've got a lot on go at the moment. So if you're looking to grow carrots this year, it's not too late. You can keep doing that all the way till September. So we'll prep up a container, and we're going to make sure that the compost that we're putting there is very loose and fine. You could also mix the compost with some sand, and it's the best way to grow carrots. They need to be grown in very well drained, fine, loose compost. So we'll pop outside, we'll get us container, we'll fill it up, and then we'll get us seeds in. And just as a reference, this particular variety of carrot can grow 7 inches in length. So hopefully we'll get somewhere near that. Let's go and take a look at the carrots that we're growing already. At the back of this container are the first carrots that we put in. And that's the second container. And although it's a very small container, you can see that they're doing really well. And that's what they're called, Chantenay red cord. If I just uncover one, you can see that we've got the start of a carrot there. Once again, keep those covered up or they'll turn green on top. And these are the first ones we put in, and you can see they're a lot bigger. That's why I'm tempted to maybe pull one out and just have a look at the progress so far, but they are very healthy looking plants. This is the compost that I've sieved, and you can see it's really fine. That's exactly how we want it. So now that's been part filled, I'm going to add some slow release fertiliser. Get a good amount in there as well. That's going to keep them going for quite a while. And then I'll just fill it up with some more sieved compost. And don't compact it down either. You want it to stay loose, so just give it a bang and that'll settle it out for you. You just need a little bit more. I'm just going to level it out a little. Before I put them seeds on, I want to make sure it's nice and moist. I'm just going to mark the spaces out with this lid, and I'm going to put them slightly away from edge, like that, just to give them room to grow. And then we'll just carry on down the rest of the container. And because we're marking them out with this, we can put them very close together. It's just a rough guide, and don't go too deep either. Carrot seeds are very tiny. And now the important bit, actually sowing the seeds. Just going to take 2 or 3 and put them in each place that we marked. It looks like we've just about got enough. And then I'll quickly cover them up using this sieve. And again, we don't want to get too mad. But just a couple of shakes and they're all covered. Then just another light watering. I'm trying to get as much moisture in this container as possible, and there's a reason for that. Carrot seeds don't like to germinate if they dry out, so if you've got some cling film, just pop some of that over the top. This is just about wide enough. The wind is definitely not helping again today, but we'll get there. So we're just going to stretch that over the top like that, and then we've got his own homemade propagator, and that will make sure these seeds don't dry out. So we'll just cut off this, tuck that underneath, and that is your container of carrots all set up. And as soon as you see the carrots starting to come through, make sure you take this off. So for today, I'm going to put this somewhere out at wind. We've now got another container on its way, and these are going to be big, long carrots. So if more than one comes up on that germination, I could just take them all away and just leave one in each space. So I've got rows of single carrots. We'll see what happens, and we'll see how well they germinate. So as we approach summer, you now know that if you want to grow some carrots, you've got plenty of time to sow seeds. Most varieties mature, 80 to 90 days. Anyway, thank you so much for being part of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see what else we're going to be doing as we go through the rest of May, then please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and I'll see you on next week. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.